212 pounds, from Gainesville, Georgia, is phenomenal AJ Styles.
The first pair of events presented by the UWF back in January were called the Buckle Up Tour. And that was the advice given to anyone viewing the shows to prepare for what was to come out of the UWF and TNA. That is the best advice I can give for our two main events tonight at Fluvanna County High School, and that is to buckle up, because it is going to be all action and all excitement. Of course, the credentials of the Fallen Angel, AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, speak for themselves, but tonight, all three men in different, new, original matches.
From Cameron, North Carolina, he weighed in at 225 pounds. He is known as the charismatic TikTok. This is Jeff Hardy.
And every young lady in Palmyra, Virginia screams her head off for the charismatic enigma. Love him or hate him, he is unique, he is different, and he is TNA Wrestling.
So you talk about the love. I'm willing to bet this crowd is going to be very 50-50 in their cheers for both of these competitors, two of the true greats in TNA today.
The line will even be split right down the middle. Jeff Hardy with one of his signature poses here in Palmyra to take on the phenomenal AJ Styles.
AJ Styles, of course, comes into every match with a much more laid-back complexion than Jeff Hardy, but when that bell rings, he is as all business as it gets.
Can he really get more laid back than Jeff Hardy?
And be a professional athlete, I somewhat doubt it.
I don't know, AJ looks like he'd rip your head off. I've seen him do it.
Yeah, AJ is not looking to make any friends here. There's a lot of fans here that really respect the credentials of AJ Styles, but AJ doesn't care about the applause. He appreciates it, but the applause one way or another will not affect what he does against Jeff Hardy here today.
We talked about competition, and that is what AJ Styles is all about. Whether you're seeing him wrestle in the state of Virginia, in the Carolinas, in Orlando at the Impact Zone, Philadelphia, New Jersey, California, anywhere in the country or in the world that AJ Styles appears, it is all about competition. It is all about being a legitimate athlete and proving what he can do.
And Jeff Hardy turning the tables on AJ here in the early going. Of course, AJ Styles has been named Mr. TNA on repeated occasions, and certainly one of the most established stars. When you think of TNA, you think of a man the likes of AJ Styles.
Really, in a lot of ways, a contrast of styles here. From bell to bell, both guys are high-flying, they're innovative, but AJ so intense, so hyper-competitive, wants to be the best, wants to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he is Mr. TNA. Jeff Hardy, more laid back, more relaxed. He'll come to Fluvanna High School and wrestle for TNA and give it his all, but if he misses a couple of weeks, it's not going to ruin his life. Jeff Hardy is not the hyper-competitive athlete that AJ Styles is. Make no mistake about it, Jeff Hardy loves this sport and loves competing. But Jeff Hardy is his own human being and his own man, and will epitomize that in every opportunity.
Right now, both men trading blows back and forth, that series of hip tosses, and now off the ropes, Jeff Hardy gets the final one in and goes to work on AJ's arm.
Jeff Hardy doesn't feel like he has to prove anything to anyone. He knows exactly who he is, and if you love him, he appreciates that genuinely. If you don't, I I really don't think Jeff loses any sleep over that.
No, he certainly dances to the beat of his own drummer. And AJ right now, shot to the jaw, sends Jeff Hardy back to the corner. Irish whip, Jeff Hardy up and over, catches AJ coming in once again.
Boy, Jeff is going to be hearing more music in his head than normal if AJ keeps tagging him with those flipper forearms. Hardy has eaten 3 or 4 of them right in the jaw.
And of course, many of the fans here in attendance just watching this match and almost fascination, not really knowing who to cheer for, who to boo, just watching 2 great athletes do their thing in the ring.
Dare I say, it's almost a Japanese atmosphere. It's almost a Kurikan Hall type atmosphere, respectful of the match, respectful of both wrestlers, not shouting or any slanderous remarks at either man, respectful of the competition, and man, AJ is leveling Hardy at every opportunity.
AJ has him back to that corner one more time, smashing Jeff Hardy's head into the top turnbuckle.
Contrary to what might be popular belief, this is not a first time ever meeting. These 2 men have tagged before in TNA, and Jeff Hardy's very first match. Whew, good God, it might be a last time meeting as AJ kicks the head off of the charismatic Enigma. Cover, this might be it.
Sparks with the count, but just a 2.
Jeff Hardy's very first appearance in TNA was at the 2004 anniversary pay-per-view where he faced the then X Division champion AJ Styles.
And of course, AJ has been synonymous with the X Division title ever since then and even before then, and only recently in those wars with both Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe, AJ was unable to recapture the gold. And of course, in Ultimate X, it was Christopher Daniels that came down with it, but certainly could have gone AJ's way.
AJ puts some snap on that suplex for the charismatic Enigma. Boy, Mike Sparks slides right in to be sure that the shoulders are down. Great officials as always in NWA TNA and the UWF.
AJ trying not to let Jeff Hardy really have a second to breathe, which is exactly the thing you have to do with Jeff Hardy, because he can just, he can come at you from such any angle. You just never know what he's going to do next.
Styles putting the pressure on Hardy as the crowd in Fluvanna comes to their feet. Some Hardy chants, the elbow to the jaw.
Stops Jeff Hardy dead in his tracks.
Rocking the world of the charismatic Enigma.
If you watch AJ Styles, you see that those chants have not distracted him. He has not once gone to the fans. Each and every time, he has gone directly back to the head and neck, actually, of Jeff Hardy.
Incredibly focused and intense. From bell to bell, AJ Styles, the most decorated athlete in TNA history.
Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, of course.
Has not only held every championship that TNA has to hold, he's held them all twice.
Of course, the one and only man to hold the Triple Crown in TNA. As referee Mike Sparks could be calling for the bell here. Styles not able to maintain that submission maneuver, though.
And then deathlock, you sometimes see it called a Muda lock, popularized by the great Muda. Jeff Hardy trying to fight us around the corner. Hardy has been on the defensive for almost this entire contest.
I'm surprised at just how much AJ Styles has taken Jeff Hardy out of this contest, and once again, catching him with that forearm.
Hardy wrestling smart and takes AJ off the top rope, and AJ crashes to the floor.
The top rope high-risk maneuver does not pay off for AJ Styles, who's now having to regroup himself, and Jeff Hardy could be looking to fly here.
Baseball slide puts both feet in the chest of AJ. Hardy, I think, debating if he wants to take the chance.
You better believe he's going to.
Springboards, puts all the body weight behind himself, and takes AJ to the floor.
You can see how much the earlier portions of this match have taken out of Jeff Hardy. He's having a very hard time getting his breath in this one.
A lot of Hardy's critics will lambast what they feel his lack of dedication or desire. You can say about that what you will, but make no mistake, Jeff Hardy will absolutely have cover. Only a count of 2. He will absolutely have to have his working boots on to defeat AJ Styles.
Along those same lines, you always have to respect Jeff Hardy for being real, and that's exactly what you're going to get with Jeff Hardy. Is a real human being. He's not fake in or out of the ring.
That kick to the chest and the sternum was about as real as it gets for AJ, and now AJ is wide-eyed and looking bewildered. And really on the defensive for the first time.
And ironically enough, AJ Styles has really turned into his own worst enemy in this contest, doing that high-risk maneuver when it may not have even been necessary.
He had Hardy on the ropes all day long. Hardy with a thunderclap brainbuster. Shades of dangerous Devon Storm taking us back to the 90s.
AJ Styles holding his mouth there could have easily lost a tooth or two as his face met the canvas.
Hardy puts all his body weight behind the charge. Unorthodox is a way that a lot of people would describe Jeff Hardy, but you cannot question his success. You cannot question his popularity. It is a cult-like following that will follow this man anywhere.
Well, isn't that the truth? And AJ ducks to the clothesline and goes all the way to the outside.
Hardy goes to follow, but AJ's not there.
Certainly an unusual strategy, but can it pay off for AJ?
AJ went around the world for that roundhouse. Oh man, they got each other.
Wow, I don't know if the strategy paid off or not, but the double collision in mid-ring sends both men to the canvas.
AJ was doing great until he turned around to meet the charismatic Enigma. Some Hardy chants, some AJ chants.
This crowd very appreciative of both men's efforts in this one. Sparks continuing on with the 10 count.
It's a great atmosphere here at Fluvanna County High School. We wish you could be here, but we thank you for your patronage of the home videos and the High Spots TV downloads, as now Styles and Hardy. Pele! Styles puts the Pele right into the temple of Jeff Hardy, and the Enigma may have been KO'd.
That could indeed be the KO shot that sends AJ Styles to victory here today. AJ going right back to Jeff Hardy.
Styles takes him to the corner. Again, those flipper forearms, you do not understand how much velocity can be behind those shots.
Sending Jeff Hardy into the corner, coming in. Jeff Hardy ducks down, drops AJ over the top rope, but AJ still has his wits about him all the way across the ring.
Like a bullet, he soars.
AJ with the cover, Sparks with the count.
Boy, Mike Sparks in great position, but only a count of two. You just cannot understand those flipper forearms, those back elbows, the Pele type kicks, those small strikes. It doesn't have to be the most visually spectacular, elaborate move to knock you out. Hardy, though, has got AJ and hits one of his trademark maneuvers, that jawbreaker. AJ goes for a spin kick. Hardy with a Russian leg sweep and flips back to his feet. Unique pinning combination.
And AJ out this time.
Woo, AJ just barely slipped out. A lot of the crowd here in Palmyra waiting with bated breath to see if that was going to be the finish to this hotly contested bout.
Jeff Hardy now maintaining the offensive advantage, waiting for Styles to get to his feet. Catches him with a boot to the midsection. Come back, twist of fate, blocked by AJ Styles.
Another back does not work. Back elbow does not work. Whisper in the wind.
Whisper in the wind works. Hardy with the cover, the count.
Woo, another close one. 2 and 7, 8.
Boy, and Jeff Hardy thought he had this one won with a whisper in the wind.
Hardy looking disgruntled, looking like he doesn't know what to do next. I think he really thought, like you said, he had hit the ace with that whisper in the wind. AJ will put that boot right in your face.
Hardy's still coming at him though. AJ up and over.
Springboard, reverse DDT. Trademark AJ Styles, Mike Sparks, right there for 2.5.
Tremendous back and forth contest between two great athletes of total non-stop action.
Where else but UWF and TNA can you see superstars like AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Jeff Jarrett, Team 3D competing in unique, exciting, innovative matches in front of a crowd this enthusiastic, and Styles is looking to take it home with the Styles Clash.
Fighting for everything is worth trying to get Jeff Hardy up in the Styles Clash, but Hardy's blocking it as if his life depended on it.
No! Hardy slips up! Twist of fate!
Nails it on AJ! Jeff Hardy with the twist of fate, but only if he can make a cover. This one's over with if Jeff Hardy can just make a cover.
Twist of fate! Hardy used the ropes to pull himself up! AJ is on Dream Street! but Hardy is going to the ropes.
Hardy's not going for a cover, but I think I know what he's going for here.
Hardy, second rope, going all the way up top. Are we gonna see Swanton Bomb misses?
AJ rolls out of the way at the last possible second.
Hardy did not go for the cover after the twist of fate, and now he is in a defensive position as well. Hardy back to his feet. Styles is going up to meet him. Hooks the legs, jackknifes over. No, he flips back. He flips back.
Are you kidding me?
Styles Clash. He drops Hardy on his face. 1, 2, 3. What an amazing move from the phenomenal AJ Styles. He flipped right out of the jackknife pin and into the Styles Clash.
And what an amazing match between two of the premier athletes. The charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy, and the phenomenal AJ Styles.
If you are joining us on a HighSpots.com home release of UWF TNA for the first time, firstly, where have you been? And secondly, that was the epitome of what the UWF and TNA is bringing to you, the viewer at home and the viewer on these exciting live events. The phenomenal AJ Styles with a tremendous victory over the charismatic enigma here in Palmyra, Virginia.
It may have been Jeff Hardy's downfall for not going for the cover after the twist of fate. He may not have the win, but he has not lost any respect from these fans that are on their feet here in Virginia.
If I may be permitted a pun, it was a phenomenal back and forth contest that has seen AJ Styles victorious. But man, what an effort from Jeff Hardy. And matches like that will silence the critics in no time.
AJ going back to Jeff.
Sometimes you'll hear AJ Styles talk about the code of the X Division. And right there, showing the respect to Jeff Hardy.
No hard feelings.
The X Division all about competition and all about excitement, which has been epitomized by these two athletes.
AJ been here in Ring of Honor on and off, arguably from day one. He was a guy I watched starting out here. Very capable, one of the most devastating finishing moves in the sport today.
So AJ Styles, Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Unbreakable Michael Elgin. Under Tornado rules, Nigel, was that negotiations in the last minute? Was that something you feel comfortable with? Give me your thoughts.
I do. I mean, I thought about it earlier today. I've been in so many four-way matches like this. And with tags, so much of the time the ref loses it, doesn't know where everybody is. At the end of the day, let them all go at it at the same time. We'll get a clear winner and a clear loser.
That's very interesting that referee Paul Turner, again, after a wonderful job that he just did in the World Tag Team title match, gets the assignment for this one.
And here we go.
So all four guys legal at the same time. In my mind, that doesn't mean that I have to fight from the beginning. Why not take a step out here? Why get involved in the mix?
So many inner stories in this match.
Yeah, think
the
about
history of Cole and Roddy. How about Michael Elgin being the last guy to pin AJ Styles in Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
How about Roddy and Elgin, former members of the House of Truth? I mean, just so many.
Wait a minute, roll up. Now that's going to make, I'll tell you what, in this tornado situation, it's going to make getting a pin very difficult. Unless you can find a way to get some bodies out of the way.
Michael Elgin and Roderick Strong have that right now.
Cole sent AJ into the barricade as Elgin knocked down Strong in the ring.
Elgin training as heavy, as thick as ever. Watch out, Roderick Strong.
Oh, nobody home.
Ooh. Watch out for AJ.
Out of nowhere.
So much action. Gotta have
Thank
eyes
you.
in your back of your head.
Thank goodness you're out here to help us with this one, Nigel.
Of course, it was 1 year ago at All-Star Extravaganza. AJ Styles captured a pinfall victory over Adam Cole. So an opportunity for revenge for Cole. Scintillating drop kick.
On the money, but watch out. Tried for the pop-up runner, didn't get it.
These two no strangers to each other.
Cover. Of course, it was AJ Styles' return to Ring of Honor in January 2014. And it was Roderick Strong that got dropped on his noggin that night.
I
AJ
remember
picked
that.
up the win, my God!
Oh.
AJ picked up the win, but Roddy called it a career-changing night, set him on the right path, the path that he's on now. And Big Mike knocking both men down.
And then we have the story of Cole and Elgin. It was Cole that defeated Michael Elgin in the finals of the ROH World Title Tournament, and then Elgin defeated Cole for the ROH World Championship.
And Elgin just daring him, Nigel, daring him to hit him.
Big, oh, that's why. He outweighs Cole by a good 50 to 60 pounds. You do not want to exchange forearms with a man that big. I think ego got the better of Adam Cole in that scenario.
Just crushes him right there, too. It is not an elimination match, fans. It is one fall.
And you know Roddy, I think more than anybody, wants to get back into the world title picture after having 2 Match of the Year candidates against Jay Lethal.
Does he need to redeem himself at all in your eyes?
I don't think so. I don't think he's got anything to prove, but the bottom line is there are so many other talented contenders here. He has his shot. Somebody else is going to step up. Oh. You got to hand it to all 4 of these guys. No one's stepping back. Everyone wants to be in the middle of it.
Watch out for Cole, poised in the corner.
Nice missile drop kick by Cole.
You saw Michael Elgin rolling to the outside there. If I'm Michael Elgin, I stay there, I keep my eyes over the apron, and I wait for my opportunity. Let these guys beat them out. Oh, the gunshot. That chop right across the chest.
The heaviest hands in Ring of Honor are owned by Roderick Strong. Cole elevates the corner, now up on the shoulders.
Oh, beautiful jumping Enzuigiri, knocking him down.
These 2 men met last weekend on the Reloaded Tour. Here is a cover and a count. Be able to see all that action at ROHWrestling.com.
You see Cole there pulling down that knee pad. Perhaps going for the second Shining Wizard. Oh, got it.
You can hear that one too. And Roddy.
That was pretty close. I don't know. You can see AJ Styles on the apron there. Didn't think so. Otherwise, he would have tried to make the save.
Styles may have been lying in wait there just a moment. Oh!
Not
Lovely.
connected.
Right into a pinning combination, but Elgin was there to break it up.
Just couldn't get enough body weight across his shoulders, though. A lot of space for AJ Styles to get a shoulder up.
Elgin has been true with the strikes here in this one.
Gotta go for a second. He's not going to get it, though.
A bear of a man, that Michael Elgin.
Oh, what a drop kick. That drop kick almost won him the world title. You see Elgin rolling outside, rolling towards the ropes.
I think he lost the molar.
Here's the cover.
Well, we mentioned it earlier, it's so difficult to get any offense in because there's always two other people out there.
And these four men know each other so well.
Elgin just caught Roddy going for that jumping knee strike out of midair, and now let's take another look.
Look at that, the strength of Michael Elgin.
450, 460 pounds.
Yeah, just throwing it. No worries.
Yeah.
He has been on fire since the G1 Climax tournament. Well, AJ's in trouble now.
Wow, AJ trying his best.
I don't know if I'd be throwing knees like that. I'm upside down on the top turnbuckle. Very precarious position.
Takes him down. Oh. Ooh.
Beautiful. Looking for that reverse DDT drop. Elgin had it scouted. AJ followed right up for the double stomp.
Cole! Dueling neck breakers, mirror images. Both men are down.
There's a building ovation in the arena here. All four men down. Who gets up first?
Who becomes the new #1 contender for the Ring of Honor World Championship?
And you can hear the fans. This is awesome. It sure is.
Now, what's going through everybody's mind now? Is it I need to be the first person up, the first aggressor, or is it I need to hold myself back and wait for an opportunity?
And all four get up at exactly the same time.
Oh.
Let's break it down.
Wow.
Fisticuffs.
Like a hockey fight broke out. Oh!
Here comes Roddy. Styles to derail the momentum. Maybe not.
Roderick Strong looking for a superplex, perhaps. Oh, on the other side as well.
Oh! Deadlift!
Oh, into the Falcon Arrow.
Oh!
And I dare say that would have been a 3 count if Roderick Strong hadn't made the save.
Just in time.
That's a big man to be getting up this late in the match. I'm not sure if that would be best strategy.
Oh. The striking edge has been in Elgin's favor. Destroyer coming up. No!
Oh, no!
Oh, hold on. Oh.
Jumping knee.
Two roaring elbows, and now Roderick Strong.
Double knee gutbuster. Watch out for the sick kick.
And here's Roddy at his best. It's over.
Got it.
He has. Oh!
So close. And like I said, never a bad bet. Roderick Strong, Mr. ROH, has the advantage now. And this guy, he trained so hard that this is when it comes into being. This stage of the match, their training comes into being. This is why Roderick Strong has the ability to push the advantage now.
Now we saw that cardiovascular endurance at Death Before Dishonor. He and Jay Lethal, 60-minute time limit draw for the world title.
Oh.
Looking for a lariat. Nope.
Blocked it with his knee. Oh! Here we go. Buckle bomb. Wait a minute.
Oh no, he's got bad intentions here. AJ lucky to get his arms over the top rope. Otherwise that could have broken his neck.
Yeah, the back of his neck still driven into that top turnbuckle though.
And now it's Elgin. Clearly has the advantage. AJ's got to be careful. He's right underneath him. What's he going for here? I don't know.
Doesn't have a real great leverage position.
Oof. Thudding forearms right above us. Watch out, guys. That's 250, 260 pounds on the top turnbuckle. How about you? I'm taking a step back
I'm
here.
hooked in with the
I'm
wires.
thinking about two. Whoa.
Oh, no. Too much strength in Michael. Oh!
Beautiful. Got the Rana. Here he comes.
Destroyer!
Oh, in the middle.
Cole has done it. Oh!
Wow, that was close, guys. I couldn't see from my vantage point.
Close.
AJ Styles made the save on 2 7/8, and that's being generous. But Paul Turner, a fine official, if he says that wasn't 3, that wasn't 3.
And now look what we have. AJ and Adam Cole.
Grit your teeth, boys. These are coming.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, 6, 7 in a row.
Bicycle kick.
Hey!
Watch out for Roddy.
Oh,
Wow.
that spray of sweat.
Bloody Sunday.
Got it. Styles Clash, perhaps. Just going to get those legs over. He does.
Styles Clash.
Strong down, Elgin down.
Yes, done it.
The winner of the match and the #1 contender for the Ring of Honor World Title, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
What a contest. Now, Nigel, Kevin, both Jay Lethal and Kyle O'Reilly have to be watching, because that man right there, AJ Styles, is the new #1 contender. Right after this, the Styles Clash.
Nowhere for Adam Cole to go but down. And AJ Styles now is the new #1 contender for the Ring of Honor.
Talk about the history of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. You talk about tremendous defenses from champions from decades ago in the state of Virginia, and the NWA
World Heavyweight Championship will be defended right now back in the state of Virginia by the man that has controlled that championship for the last several years, Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett is your NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And tonight in Emporia, Virginia, he's not just defending it against anyone, he's defending it against a former champion, a champion that has beat him on numerous occasions, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
World Heavyweight Champion. Jarrett goes nowhere without that guitar, and he's got some words for the fans as well.
There are two things that I hate in life. Number one is a liar, and number two is a thief. And this town is full of them. It's full of them. I said yesterday morning at 7 o'clock, I made the announcement that I was going to bring my special referee right here to this ex-sucker town. And I made sure that that referee got to this town. I chartered a flight. I know I've talked to him since he arrived here, but you know what? For some strange reason, he still hasn't arrived at the building. I have no idea if Winfrey Powell had his car towed and he's down at some local yoker lot trying to get it bailed out. I don't know if Club 4 took him to every wide-open place in town and he's smacking some bills back, but for some reason, my special referee is not here tonight. I'm the king of the mountain. I'm the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, because you're the NWA representative, and you know it better than anybody, right, Mr. Rowan? Well, I'm going to tell you something. If I have to, I'll bring good old Governor King right here in this ring to be my special referee. But I'm not going to have just any referee that some local yokel promotion brings out of the back. Right now, I am leaving the arena until my referee shows up. Do you understand that?
Jeff Jarrett, the world champion, demanding his own special referee be in charge of this championship match here in Virginia. NWA representative from Virginia in the ring, Rick O'Brien, and now we've got Dave Hebner coming to ringside.
O'Brien, the NWA representative, helping the sanctioning of this title match, but Jarrett says there's not going to be a title match.
How do you think you're in? Nashville?
No, I know I'm not nuts. I'm in some hellhole they call Emporia.
Whether you like it or not, you're going to wrestle, and I can see that belt hanging right up on that yellow wall for it's all over.
No.
Your referee came, I gave him $100. He's probably over there, passed out.
No, you
But you know what?
I knew it. He's recording.
I got a special referee. The best in your business, best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. Put that brother on the down.
Special referee Dave Hebner has just announced the special referee will be his brother, Earl Hebner.
Dave Hebner, the general manager of the UWF, is going to name Earl Hebner the guest referee for this contest. He said he sent Jarrett's official home.
I mean, who better to referee a world championship match? How many countless world championship matches has Earl Hebner been the referee for?
I think Hebner is not going to take any crap from Jarrett at all.
Earl Hebner was pretty much the hand-picked official for every World Championship match there was in the WWE for years. Countless matches. He's seen the titles change. He knows what to expect from
He was
both
the
opponents.
cause of the titles changing on at least one occasion. You've got to believe this is not going to sit well with Jarrett at all.
Here's the challenger. He is a former champion, as you heard Jeremy Barash say, TNA's only Triple Crown winner, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Tonight, here in Emporia, with one more shot at winning that NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And here's the thing to remember, Brad. Here's the thing to remember. Just last week, these two met in England on a big event in England. AJ Styles pinned Jeff Jarrett 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring, but it was a non-title event. And that's what brings us to tonight, where his match will be for the championship.
Styles throws off the jacket, all business, fired up as AJ Styles throws off the hood of his vest. He looks intense as ever going into this World Heavyweight Championship match. Jarrett, on the other hand, does not look secure at all in his future. Jarrett had a hand-picked official that he had lined up for this night. General Manager Dave Hebner sent the official home and has put Earl Hebner in charge of the action. You've got to believe that Jarrett is deeply concerned, having just dropped a very important contest to Styles 1 week ago. You've got to believe that Jarrett is incredibly concerned that he may not leave Virginia tonight as the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Hermie Sadler and the UWF is all about providing great action to wrestling fans and for evening the odds. And how much more even can you get than to put the special referee of Earl Hebner in the ring, giving AJ a legitimate chance at capturing that championship one more time.
Jarrett trying the old chick, the 1 foot twice trick, and Hebner is too smart for that. Hebner's not going to let that fly at all.
Jarrett may be used to pulling that trick on those referees in Nashville, but it's not going to happen with Earl Hebner.
Hebner is not going to let Jarrett fly with that at all.
Wait a minute, listen to these fans, Brad. Drop that belt, that's the chant.
He caught it!
Jarrett's mocking him close. He almost dropped it. I tell you what, he better be focused on this match instead of those fans' chants, or he's going to really drop that belt right into the hands of AJ Styles.
A chorus of drop the belt chants. Oh, Styles has taken possession of the NWA World Championship, and listen to the people.
And there's a pose right there that we could be seeing in just a few short minutes, and that's AJ Styles holding that World Championship, the NWA Heavyweight Championship, high above his head.
Jarrett is, I think Jarrett is trying to hide just how nervous he is in this situation by having a little fun with the fans. Jarrett's entire game plan for this match has been thrown out the window. He no longer has a hand-picked referee. He has someone that he openly mocked just moments before the contest as his referee against a man who just scored a pinfall a week ago. Jarrett, I think, is trying to hide his insecurities in this contest.
He's going to be pushed to the limit. AJ Styles has that ability to take anyone to the limit. And here we got to lock up the two fighting for position. Styles, the quicker of the two, able to pull out that deep arm drag.
Jeff, a wrestling fan of the industry and working in the industry, what is the tradition of the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in this region, and how huge would it be for AJ Styles to capture his 4th championship in what was the home territory of the NWA for so long?
The fans here in Virginia grew up watching that NWA World Heavyweight Championship defended all over this area, all over this region. Now, probably for the first time in I don't know how many years.
Gotta be at least 20 years.
That they're seeing that belt defended again. Jeff Jarrett, the champion, defending it against the challenger and former champion AJ Styles, and these fans are 110% behind AJ Styles, and they so desperately want to see him capture that belt tonight.
Jarrett, side headlock. Styles looks like he's trying to power out of it. Gets that top wrist lock. Jarrett not afraid to take a shortcut.
He pulled the hair earlier. He was complaining that AJ had pulled his hair on that arm drag, which obviously didn't happen, but he's using the hair pull to his advantage. There he goes.
AJ looks like he's going to get him this time. No, he's not. Oh, rolls through. What a great move from AJ. Up and ready to fight, and Jarrett is not quite so eager.
Earl Hebner warning Jarrett now about the hair pull.
Up. Under goes Jarrett. Go behind. Styles looks like he's going to slip out of it again.
Nice standing switch by AJ.
You got to give quickness to AJ Styles, and from the looks of it, he's outpowering Jeff Jarrett right now.
Jarrett tried to go for that standing switch himself, couldn't do it, but he was able to grab that arm and bar it out.
Up high on the shoulder blade. Styles, great move trying to push Jarrett off of his arm. Jarrett got to take him to the ropes. Shoulder block, and AJ again overpowers Jarrett. Deep arm drag.
Jarrett is being completely out-wrestled at this point so far in the match. You got to expect, when he was taken out of his game plan with the referee change, you got to give that out there. But I'm telling you, AJ is just dominating.
Jarrett is off his game big time, and this is smart from Jarrett to slow it down as much as he can to try to refocus.
I'm telling Earl to stay in the corner, just let the two fight it out. Hey, nothing can make the fans happier. That's what they want to see.
Lock up again, side headlock. If Jarrett does not regain his focus, then Dave Hebner's prophecy will come true, and the NWA World Heavyweight Championship will be a trophy on the wall of this high school.
The NWA champion gloating a little bit on that. I don't know if that's a good idea this early in the match.
There's the strut, but he doesn't have AJ down yet. Big firing chop. A second one. A third. Goes to the eyes and cuts AJ right back off. Leapfrog. Down, up and over goes Jarrett. Beautiful drop kick, both feet in the chin of Jeff Jarrett.
Hey, Jarrett needs to check his dental policy on that one after that drop kick. I think he knocked some teeth out.
Jarrett taking a breather on the outside. AJ is all over the champion.
Does TNA have a dental policy?
I hope so, for Jarrett's sake. Styles all over the champion, not letting Jarrett breathe an inch. Up and over, Styles is going to come with a dive and connects.
A plancha just crushed Jarrett into that floor, the hardwood floor here in the high school gym. AJ, I'm telling you, he is so ready. And look at this.
He's going to strut a little bit for us.
Now's the time. That's exactly when you do it. After you've destroyed your opponent on the floor, now you got time to make a little fun of him.
Jarrett got one good takedown on AJ and wanted to strut about it, and it cost him.
Jarrett is so upset at this point.
The champion is befuddled on the outside. Grabs the leg though, he's gonna bring AJ out to his level, into the post hard.
When you talk about a veteran, you talk about a champion, knowing what he's doing. Just when we think AJ's got everything going his way, Jarrett lulls him to the ropes, pulled him out of the ring, and now look at what's going on. It's all Jeff Jarrett.
A broom to the shot to the midsection of AJ Styles. That is the thing about Jeff Jarrett that just gets under people's skin so much, is that he is as smart and as good as he claims to be. You cannot deny the credentials and the talent of Jeff Jarrett, and it just grades on people's nerves that he really is as good and as credible as he claims to be. Big fiery chop from AJ.
One thing is for certain, and that's AJ Styles has come to Emporia tonight to take Jeff Jarrett to the limit and capture that championship. And all but just a little short time, it's been all AJ. I mean, even on the floor where it looked like Jarrett had things turned around, the champion back in his groove, AJ has shifted gears on him, and now he's back in control at his own game on the floor.
into the outside again. Jarrett is going from pillar to post, all over the guardrail, but AJ just met it himself.
You've got all that adrenaline flowing. You feel the match going your way. You want to push the champion because you've got to as a challenger. You've got to push him to try to get that championship down. But sometimes that you work so hard, you're trying so much to get over on that guy that your aggressiveness works against you, and that's what happened there. Jarrett was sitting back, taking that punishment, able to sidestep AJ as he comes running into the ring barrier and slammed him across it. Now right back to where he wanted to be. Jarrett is in control.
Straight right punch sends AJ through the floor. The crowd picking up the AJ chants as Jarrett is on the offense for the first time in this contest. Great camera work as the face of AJ Styles in a tremendous amount of pain. Jarrett.
He's using those ropes too. Not only is he choking him with the middle rope, he's using the top rope for advantage and pushing the rules. And look at Earl Hebner, he's had enough.
Hebner has been all over the champion this entire contest.
He's ordered that break. Jarrett's refusing, and Earl's had enough. He said, I'm not going to let you keep bending the rules like that. It's certainly within the ref's right to do that when somebody's abusing the rules. He can disqualify him, or in this case, with the championship on the line, interject himself.
Jarrett drops all his weight across the back of, he's going to move Hebner out of the way so that he can do his strut.
Well, he certainly wore down AJ this time before he did it.
The cockiness of Jeff Jarrett cannot be overstated.
And that's like you said, Brad, that's probably why everybody just can't stand Jarrett. He gets under their skin. He's the champ. He's a great wrestler, but he wants to make sure you know it too.
Exactly. Duck of the right hook. Knee breaker.
Nice sweep, and look what he's going, right to the figure four, and AJ trapped in the middle of the ring.
The NWA World Heavyweight Champion is defending his championship and trying to retain it by using the figure four leg lock.
And there, Jarrett's using that bottom rope for added leverage. AJ in the worst position he could ever be in, and that's slapped in the middle of the ring with the figure four on his leg. Jarrett able to use those ropes for extra advantage. Earl Hebner checking it out. He's there where he's supposed to be, and Jarrett's taking advantage of it.
Jarrett channeling some former NWA World Heavyweight Champions. Oh, look at the precision in which Jarrett waits for the exact right moment to use those ropes for added leverage.
AJ nearly got himself counted out there with a 1, 2, 3. The pain is just so incredible in a figure four. I mean, it's applying pressure to the knee, the ankle, well, actually both knees and the ankle. I mean, it hurts so bad that as a wrestler, if you're locked in it in the middle of the ring, you could easily, from the pain, just end up getting your shoulders counted down.
Look at the eye contact Jarrett tries to maintain with the official. He did not get it that time, but Jarrett the figure four has been reversed. The figure four has been reversed, but Jarrett makes it to the ropes. Jarrett maintained eye contact with the official at all times in that so that he could tell as soon as the official turned to look at AJ, he could grab that rope. Jarrett puts as much time into perfecting his cheating as most people put into perfecting their wrestling.
AJ, both men barely able to stand. Look at Pele! Goal for AJ! I mean, they nailed him.
Someone catch Jarrett's head and put it back into play.
If AJ could only get up, if he could only roll Jeff Jarrett over, we'd have a new NWA World Heavyweight Champion right now.
The lights are out on the chosen one, the king of the mountain, Jeff Jarrett. Styles trying to pull himself up. Jarrett's starting to come to a little bit. The pain is on the face of AJ Styles. Right hook gets nothing. AJ with one of his own. Right hook gets nothing. AJ with several of his own. Shots. Off the ropes goes Jarrett. Big clothesline. So much intensity. Spin kick.
Turned him inside out. He turned him inside out.
Styles is firing up. Vertical suplex. Chops and the neck breaker.
That's it. Brad Stutz is it. We're going to have a new champ. He's got him hooked.
Almost. Hebner right there to tell Styles that it was only 2.
If it was any other referee, I'd say they short-counted him. But you know Earl Hebner, with his experience, he was there. He wasn't late getting to the count. Even count. It was so close. I could taste it.
This crowd is biting on everything that AJ Styles throws out. They want to see a new champion. Elbow to the face from Jarrett. Cuts fights the challenger off into the ropes. Back, gonna be the reverse DDT. AJ with a cover.
Hook that leg, hook that leg.
Only a count of two. Jarrett slips the shoulder up and Styles is crestfallen.
He could feel it. He knew he had it. That's two huge moves. He's hit back to back on Jeff Jarrett. He had him down. It was so close.
Jarrett has lost the NWA. Frankensteiner gets nothing. Powerbomb, 2. Oh, only a count of 2. Jarrett has lost the NWA World Heavyweight Championship to Styles several times. Styles' 3 NWA World Title reigns have come from victories over Jeff Jarrett. And you've got to believe that's in the back of Jarrett's mind that he has fallen victim to the Styles Clash before, the Spiral Tap before.
Speaking of fallen victim, here goes Jarrett with the stroke. No, countered by AJ.
What a beautiful counter. AJ with a burst of energy. Shot to the gut, and could it be the Styles Clash?
If he hits it, Brad, it's over.
Back into the ref.
Earl Hebner just went down, and look at that, a low blow.
A low blow sent him all the way down on his face.
Jeff Jarrett just killed AJ Styles right between the legs. I mean, wait a minute.
He's arguing with NWA representative Rick O'Brien, and he's got the guitar. O'Brien didn't want to give it up, but Jarrett has muscled the guitar away from Rick O'Brien.
Oh, this is a travesty of justice. He's got the guitar. Wait a minute. Dave Hebner coming to the ring. Dave, restore order, please.
General Manager Dave Hebner has got the guitar. A punch. He just punched the general manager.
We got both Hebners down in the ring, and Jeff Jarrett with a guitar getting ready to crown AJ, but not the way he wants to. Wait a minute. Hermie Sadler. Commissioner Hermie Sadler, NASCAR driver. He's not going to allow it.
Sadler takes the guitar, and an argument in the ring.
Wait, the Prince of Punk.
Shannon Moore has interjected himself again, the 3rd time tonight.
He's putting the boots down on Hermie. They're with Hermie right out of the ring.
Sadler goes to the floor.
This is chaos. This thing is out of control. What in the world?
Jarrett no longer has the guitar. Sunset flip.
He's got him.
Sunset flip.
That's a 3.
There's no one there.
Styles Clash. He's hooking
Hit it. Shannon Moore.
Again.
Shannon Moore has been stalking AJ Styles on TNA television. He wants to make a name for himself in TNA at the expense of Styles, and he has just cost AJ Styles the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Styles had the Styles Clash, and Moore broke it up. Referee Earl Hebner has called for the disqualification due to Moore's interference. Moore has just robbed AJ Styles of the World Championship, Jeff Harris.
AJ Styles back alive, runs both men out of the ring, but like you said, the most important thing, Jeff Jarrett weaseling his way out of Virginia with the NWA Championship.
Jeff Jarrett, I told you, you will not come into Emporium and screw this show up. And that's exactly what you did. You're leaving, but you're not coming back. You are suspended from the UWF as of right now.
Sadler's kicking Jarrett out.
And you, Shannon Moore, been in at the ring all night, butting everybody's business. Tomorrow night in South Hill, you'll be in a Falls Count Anywhere match with Ron the Truth Killings. And you know what? I got a special guest referee for that match to make sure it does like I want it. That'll be me.
Hermie Sadler dropping the bomb for tomorrow night in South Hill. Moore's punishment for running in several times during the night is tomorrow night. He will fight Ron Killings Falls Count Anywhere, and Jarrett is thrown out of the building. Chaos.
And his opponent, he is the undefeated Samoan submission machine, weighing in at 282 pounds. He is Samoa Joe!
Jeff Harris, there have been people in our industry who just had the presence and carried with them a big match atmosphere. If there is anyone in professional wrestling in 2006 that carries with them the presence of a big fight atmosphere, it is Samoa Joe. The building has filled up with a big match atmosphere, and this is unquestionably the main event.
Oh, absolutely. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, a main event anywhere in the country, if you ask me. You got the phenomenal one, the Triple Crown winner, the MVP of TNA, and now he's facing Samoa Joe, who, despite the claim of being undefeated, Brad, he doesn't have that X Division title anymore.
He has never been pinned, he has never submitted. However, as you pointed out, outside the boundaries of that, Samoa Joe, quite frankly, is in a little bit of a slump. He's in as much of a slump as you can be and still be undefeated. He lost the X Division title in a three-way match when Scott Steiner took him out of the match. He was not involved in the decision in the Road to Victory four-way at Victory Road, but he was not the winner of that bout either. He's in as much of a slump as you can be in and still be undefeated. Joe needs a win as badly in this match as he's needed a win in quite some time.
When you talk about picking up a win, if you beat AJ Styles, it doesn't matter if it's a singles match, if it's a tag team match, if it's an X Division match, whatever you want to call it. You defeat AJ Styles, you have certainly elevated yourself. And just like you said, Samoa Joe needs this win tonight to elevate himself back up, despite the fact that he hasn't been pinned or submitted in TNA.
Big knee from Samoa Joe. Will that string of bad luck continue tonight? Will we in Williamston see the first pinfall or submission loss of Samoa Joe's TNA career?
You know, Brad, if I was going to pick somebody that I thought could do it, AJ Styles would be at the top of the list.
Good God!
And you're right. Hermie Sadler has put together this match to give us the possibility of seeing it happen right here in Williamston.
One or two more of those drop kicks from AJ, and Joe's going to look like one of the old wild Samoans because he's going to not have any teeth left.
AJ putting together a series of offensive maneuvers that has rocked Samoa Joe, and these fans, who he's got a big contingent that was chanting, "Joe is going to kill you," to AJ, they're quite silent at the moment as AJ has dominated Samoa Joe.
Big time! Leaping clothesline. The spinal tap takes an effect on Joe. Cover!
Only a one count.
Joe has not yet gotten out of the gate, really. So far, AJ has been on top of the big man.
And AJ caught him by surprise. Now you hear these fans chanting for AJ. He he's putting together again this series, keeping Joe out of his game plan, which is what you got to do with that man. I mean, Joe's it's incredible, and you're going to mess up and take one of those big clubs. Right there. Oh, here we go.
ST Joe!
Oh, my God.
The ST Joe out of the corner!
I talk about making a mistake, and there it happens.
The contempt is on the big man's face. And AJ now is in a defensive position for the first time in the bout.
Listen to this crowd. We got an AJ chant and we got a Joe chant competing with each other, just like the two in the ring.
Straight right from Samoa Joe. Referee Brian Hebner saying, watch the punches. AJ down in the corner. The former two-time X Division champion who was never beaten for that title. He lost the belt to Sin Shi in a three-way match with Sanjay Dutt where Joe was not involved in the decision. And he lost the belt in Ultimate X to Christopher Daniels. Once again, Joe was not involved in the decision.
Joe's got a nice hold on right now. He's got that arm trapped with his leg and a crossface where he's cranking the head of AJ Styles. Samoa Joe applies these submission-type maneuvers. You know, even if you don't get the tap out, the purpose of a hold like this is to weaken your opponent so that sometime in the near future, you may be able to get that tap out, or you may have him weakened enough to score a 3 count.
AJ trying to fight out. Brian Hebner says he's out of the hold. AJ trying to get his win. Discus elbow caught nothing but a right cross.
Oh!
Body scissors takes Joe to the floor.
What a counter by AJ Styles. He saw Joe coming at him. I believe he's going to get the big boot to the face. Jumped up and body scissored him, flipping him over to the top rope. Wait a minute. AJ landing up. He's over the top. Oh! Flipping right over the top, landing on Samoa Joe's head.
360 dive crushes the Samoan submission machine. Both men now down on the floor as the TNA chants ring out. AJ back to his feet. God, AJ will take a chance.
That's one of those moves that if you miss it, the match is over.
Bullet-like forearm off the top.
It's going to be it. Oh! I'm telling you what, I thought we were going to see this first pinfall of Samoa Joe.
13 months almost down the drain. Joe misses the strike. Belly to back. Picks the man up.
Joe able to kick out again. He's taken a tremendous amount of punishment in this match so far. AJ's really been unloading on him. And to tell you the truth, I am surprised that Joe's still able to prevent that pinfall. Tells you how tough he is.
You don't see that toughness tested on Spike TV very often.
Nice move by AJ. Oh, wait a minute. He's going for the Styles Clash.
Jumping power slam.
Oh, my. Just like that. We almost had a winner. Samoa Joe with that snap power slam. Knocked the wind out of AJ for sure. He was barely able to kick out.
It put away Scott Steiner, but it did not put away AJ Styles.
Oh, big knee.
Rocks the phenomenal AJ Styles. Are we going for the muscle buster?
Got him hooked, Brad. AJ's fighting it though. He's able to get out. AJ springing off that second rope. He's got him hooked with it. Yes, he hits inverted DDT.
Trademark AJ cover.
Oh, 2 9/10, maybe 9.5 tenths. Just how close that was.
I tell you, win, lose, or draw, AJ Styles tonight in Williamston, North Carolina has gotten the closest 2 counts I've ever seen in a Samoa Joe bout in TNA. That has got to be 5 or 6 times AJ AJ has gotten 2 inches.
Joe's firing back with some forearms. Can't wait, he has some big meat hooks there to hit you with.
Forearms.
Wait for the roaring miss. Pele!
Pele! Joe is seeing stars. Satellites around the body. Rolling reverse.
Got it hooked. Joe pulled his tights.
Choke.
He pulled his tights right back into the choke.
Joe's got the coquina clutch. The choke is on AJ Styles.
Got him dead middle of the ring, Greg.
AJ is trying to work to the ropes, but now Joe has mounted AJ, and it's over.
And the winner of the match by submission, Samoa Joe.
It was great wrestling from AJ Styles. He tried to work to the ropes, but Joe crossed and mounted, and AJ had nowhere to go. The Coquina Clutch brings the victory for Samoa Joe as we head tomorrow night into Jacksonville, North Carolina, Jeff Harris.
It's going to be a fantastic night. I'm going to tell you what, Williamston was rocking, and what an event we had tonight. I can't wait for tomorrow night in Jacksonville.
Fans, thank you so much for your DVD purchase patronage. Thank you so much for coming out to the live event. Thank you for your continued support of the UWF and TNA. Folks, we will see you tomorrow night in Jacksonville.
Our Impact cameras are rolling for the World Tag Team title match scheduled for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. Your referee is Earl Hebner. Introducing first of all the challengers. At a combined weight of 460 pounds, he is the X Division champion of the world, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, and his tag team partner from Gainesville, Georgia. He weighs in at 219 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing their opponents. They are the current reigning and defending NWA Tag Team Champions of the world. They are the team of Hernandez and Homicide, the Latin American Exchange.
Oh, here we go. We're going to jumpstart this NWA World Tag Team title match. Hernandez and Homicide defend against the former champions, AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels. And I'm telling you, the night just keeps getting better.
You can feel the intensity, you can feel the
hatred emanating all the way from the ring throughout the building. These two duos cannot stand one another. And it's LAX, the tag team champions, isolating the current X Division champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Here we are in Philadelphia. We've talked about how many chances we see title matches. Could we see a title change here tonight in Philadelphia? If anybody can do it, it's going to be AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels.
Damn, a match. This thing's a fight. Big back body drop by Styles. These two have competed and fought in every environment possible. But now they're getting down and dirty more than ever because we are here in Philadelphia. And the Fallen Angel with the right hand taking control for himself and the Phenomenal One.
LAX has been so dominating, so quick into the tag team competition thanks to their mentor, Conan. But he's not here tonight, Jerry. Conan, I've looked all through the building trying to find him. He's not here. What an opportunity for Styles and Daniels to reclaim those tag team titles and take advantage of Conan not being here.
You know LAX have their orders. They've got that pent-up emotional aggression. They are the two most controversial athletes in professional wrestling today because of their philosophies, their thoughts, and their actions. And Homicide shoved into the back, and what an innovative double team move.
Styles bulldog Homicide right to the knees of Christopher Daniels. I'm telling you, I've had the fortune to see so many great title defenses by Styles and Daniels on these live TNA events. They defended the titles against LAX in Richmond in Capital Punishment. And they come out on top each and every time until LAX was able to take those belts from them at the pay-per-view. But tonight, Daniels and Styles, I just got a feeling, Jerry, tonight is going to be the night we see a title change here in Philadelphia.
Well, Daniels on point, ready for the big man. Hernandez, one of the most intimidating athletes that I can ever remember seeing in a wrestling ring. So much aggression combined with power, but AJ Daniels using the double team to counter the size of the big man.
Daniels and Styles have got it clicking so perfectly so far in this match. Nice combinations of moves, but Hernandez is just so massive.
Watch out!
Styles landed that drop kick right to the jaw of Hernandez. I don't care how big you are, you catch that big leaping drop kick from AJ Styles, you're going down.
AJ proving that the bigger you are, the harder you fall when you're up there against the X Division champ and another tag. The challengers looking spot on with their teamwork in the early going. These two have been ready for battle.
Daniels slamming Hernandez head first into 3 out of the 6 turnbuckles in the TNA ring. And well, that was no respect there as he just spit right on Homicide.
Oh, these two duos have thrown out the respect card a long, long time ago. And Homicide chomping at the bit.
Oh, here we go. Hernandez just launched that's the cracker jack, I believe that's what he calls me. He just jacked that cracker right across the ring.
And in comes Homicide, known in some circles as the Notorious 187. And that nickname has been earned for a real good reason. This guy, so destructive, so hard-hitting. And that corkscrew elbow puts down Daniels. Here's another tag from LAX.
Nice tag team there. LAX putting a big muscle, the mass of Hernandez, and that shoulder tackle really took the steam out of Daniels. Now he's twisting his head, putting a lot of torque into that neck. I'm telling you, professional wrestlers take a tremendous beating on their neck, and isolating the neck is a great attack from Hernandez. Because Daniels has suffered some neck injuries in the past. I actually witnessed one of them in Winston-Salem when he landed right on his head.
He's fighting. He's going to try and make a go of it here, get some distance, but runs right into a sideways tree trunk. That is the right arm of Hernandez.
We got a tag, going to have Homicide back in the ring. Daniels is just barely moving at this point. tag champs doing a good job of isolating Daniels, putting the punishment on him. It's a great move. I know Konnan has been working with him night and day to keep those tag team titles that they believe were held away from them for so long, and now that they've got them, they want to keep them, rub it in the face of the man, if you will. And now, Homicide launching. Oh! Right into Hernandez's grasp with an over-the-top belly-to-belly.
Daniels being treated like a toy, and Styles in for the save. That may have been absolutely necessary at this point because Daniels has been just brutalized in the last few minutes.
I would agree with you on that, Jerry. I don't think that Daniels going to kick out after that. Styles knew it too.
Oh, watch out. Daniels a sitting duck. Dropped him. And beautiful elbow from the top. The precision plus the power. But Styles again breaking up the pin.
I don't think he had an option. They want to continue in this bout. Make that save, help your partner out. Got to keep this match going if you want to win those belts. Daniels, oh, nice move by Hernandez into the Mexican stretch. By Homicide, putting him in the Mexican stretch. The fantastic move by Homicide.
Well, Homicide's so technically sound when he wants to be, but he's usually a street fighter first, and using an excellent combination of those two methodologies, if that's a word, to really take it to Daniels. Daniels finding an opening, reversed. Up and over, trying to bring down Homicide, only a 2. And right back, so tenacious are LAX.
Daniels able to fire up, get that sunset flip pinfall attempt, but not enough to keep Homicide down. But look, LAX once again isolating Daniels and double teaming him. He is in so much trouble of being pinned at this point.
That's a lot of weight crashing into Daniels, but he still kicks out.
Look at the face of Hernandez. He can't believe that wasn't a 3 count. I'll tell you, Earl Hebner, despite what the fans may think, is a truly accomplished referee. Countless world title matches he's officiated. If I was going to pick somebody to officiate a match, I'd like to have Earl Hebner be the one.
Homicide takes Styles off the apron, and you got to think about this, Jeff. These two teams have gone back and forth with those titles, all kinds of fights. This could be Daniels and AJ's last opportunity right here in Philadelphia. And that series of suplexes, shades of the late, great Latino Heat.
Daniels is just motionless in the middle of the ring. Homicide should be taking advantage of this situation, getting up to the top a little bit quicker.
Styles in his face. This war of words has been going on all match. And this is going to give Daniels an opportunity. Down goes Homicide.
Now is the time. Daniels got to make that tag to the fresh. AJ Styles is just dying to get in the ring. Wants to get some action. Both men struggling to get to their feet.
Yeah, but who's going to make the tag? The tag team championships of the world are on the line. And here comes AJ Styles.
And Hernandez in. We got both fresh men in the ring now. Styles taking on them both by himself.
The X Division champion.
Pele kick from AJ Styles just sent Hernandez down. And he moved out of the way for that drop kick from Hernandez. Springboard over the top. Oh my God. The inverted DDT. We just see new champions right now, Jerry.
So close, these people felt it. The X Division champ continuing the assault. Face first goes Homicide, and watch out behind you.
Styles trying to win these belts back by himself. Come in like a ball of fire, taking on both members of LAX, but Hernandez able to shut him down. Styles over the top of the shoulder block.
Trying to be just a little quicker, but he is caught.
Oh, he's in trouble. Sit out powerbomb. Oh my God, I don't think AJ could kick out. He did. I don't know how he did it.
And again, Homicide infuriated. Cannot believe that was not the end of the match. Meanwhile, Christopher Daniels able to roll back in the ring, Not sure what kind of condition he's in at this point.
Hernandez getting ready to kill Earl Hebner. A boot to the face.
AJ went low. Daniels went high. Homicide went down. Or Hernandez, I should say.
Daniels able to get out of the move from Homicide. Where it is, the big back suplex clothesline combination from Styles and Daniels, and they've got LAX primed and ready right now. Hernandez outside the ring. This is the moment. Oh, he grabbed the feet of Styles. This thing's breaking down, Jerry. There goes Styles over the top. Oh!
AJ connects, not sure who got the better of that one on the outside, though. Both men struggling to get back up to a vertical base. Homicide!
Flipping over right between the ropes, taking out AJ Styles. You're talking about a high-risk move. But here comes Daniels. Baseball slide sends Homicide down. He's gonna
hold on, the fallen angel flies. And you tell me, Jeff, do these teams want to win it? Do these teams want to win this war here tonight in Philadelphia?
There's absolutely no doubt about it. All four men giving it their all here tonight, trying to take home that prize, the NWA World Tag Team titles. We've got Styles and Hernandez in the ring. Homicide and Daniels on the outside, but look out. Homicide's got that belt. He just threw it in the ring. Styles has got it, though. It could backfire on him. Hebner trying to break it up.
All four of these men losing control of their emotions. Now watch out. Daniels looking for the Angel's wings, but Homicide connects with that belt to the back of the fallen Angel.
Oh my, the Gringo Killer! And he just killed the Gringo with that one. Daniels down for the 3, and the tag team champions.
The winner of the match, and still NWA World Tag Team Champions, the Latin American Exchange.
What a match we saw here tonight for the tag team titles. LAX able to pull out that win and retain. But I'm telling you what, fans, getting more than their money's worth tonight.